Hello, dear friends. We speak today about English, a global language. My first foreign language is German, and I studied German. I have studied German since 1992. But my subscribers, they don't speak German, and they write me, "We don't understand you." Why they don't understand me? I speak German. And my subscribers tell me, "Please speak English." And I began to learn English. And I learn and learn with my subscribers, and we became our first 100 subscribers. So, thank you very much for my 100 subscribers. My congratulations. It was not so easy. This year was very long, but we make it. And I will make my first 1000. I will become my first 1000 subscribers in this in the next year, 2026. And today we speak about a, a global language, about English. A world language is a language spoken internationally and learned by many people as a second language. A world language is not only characterized by the number of its speakers, but also by its geographical distribution and its use in international organization and diplomatic relations. It is respect. Major world languages are many in European origin. The historical reason for this is the period of European colonialism. World languages originated with historical colonial empires include English, German, Spanish, Portuguese, and French. The international prominence of Arabic has its historical reason in the medieval Islamic conquests. Mandarin, which is spoken in China, is the largest language in terms of native speakers, and it also considered a world language since it is spoken in many major cities around the world, such as New York and Los Angeles. Mandarin is also spoken in several Southeast Asian nations, like Singapore and Malaysia. Other major languages are not widely used across several continents, but have an international significance as the large branca of a historical empire. These include Greek in the Hellenistic world after the conquest of Alexander the Great and Latin in the Roman Empire. Mm, Why is English a big and a most important language? I speak about a living world language, and uh, world language has the following characteristics: a large number of speakers, a substantial fraction of non-native speakers, official status in several countries. The linguistic community is not defending along ethnic lines. Used in international trade relations, used in international organizations. World languages in this sense are the six official languages of the UN: Chinese, English, French, Russian, Spanish, and Arabic, as well as Hindi, Urdu, Portuguese, and German. But English is most used. There are, as you can see, many world languages. However, none can compete with English in terms of importance. In areas such as trade, politics, tourism, media, and entertainment, English plays a unquiet role. As our world becomes more and more intertwined, English has become a language everyone has to learn to some extent if they want to travel, interact, do business, or use the internet. So, today English, the world language, and we speak about this language. People often talk about English as a global language or lingua franca. With more than 315 million people around the world speaking English as a first language and more than 460 million speaking it as a second language. There are English speakers in most countries around the world. Why is English so popular? Thought, and why has it become a global language? People often can call English the international language of business. And it's increasingly true as international trade expands every year, bringing new countries into contact. And so speaking it well can put you in a position to get the best training and credentials. Most multiplication companies require a certain degree of English proficiency from potential employers. So, in order to get a position with a top company, more and people are learning English. If your ambitions lie in science or medicine, or you can't neglect English either, much of the technical terminology is based on English words. And if you want to learn about the latest developments and discoveries from around the world, you'll read about them in journals and research reports published in English. No matter whether the scientists who wrote them are from China or Norway. English also opens doors in the academic world. Of course, it is the best program in your field is in an English speaking country. Journalists and writers around the world are finding a good command of English to be an increasingly useful skill. Even if you are writing about your articles and doing interviews in your own language, with good English you can get background material from international rights service and papers and magazines from around the world. You can interview foreign businessmen, diplomats, and maybe even get sent to cover overseas stories. If you want a career in travel, English is absolutely essential as the international language of aviation pilots and cabin crew and you to speak English. So, what's stopping you from learning this global language? And I give you some questions. Please answer my questions and write in my comments. So, why it is necessary to learn English? Why is English not an easy language to learn? And what adventures have the people who know foreign language? And we celebrate today a nice and a great day. I have today my first 100 subscribers. Thank you very much, my dear subscribers, for this first 1000. My congratulations. And I will make my first 1000 subscribers. And I will celebrate it. Thank you very much. Best wishes and have a nice day. With best regards. Ciao.